give a round of applause for the I Love Hot Moms limo. Going to be our official pace car here tonight for the second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. As we roll in a little bit of moisture that was found at the top side of turn 1. 5 event here at the mighty Midway Lebanon Speedway for the second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. 1 to go from the starter's stand. $15 laps going to be the distance here for your Power Ice Superstocks as we're going to go on down the back stretch. Mark Davis, Danny O'Neill going to be on the front row. Jerry Brown, Jody Romig, row 2. Ace O'Neill, Derek Brown, row 3. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is in the air and it's time to hammer down. Got down at a 1 and 2. Derek Brown going to pick up the daily double 2-for-1 special as he's going to pick off 2 spots in 1 go. They're going to come out of turn number 4. Lap 1 going to go to Mark Davis, Danny O'Neill, Jerry Brown, your top 3. Mark Davis still your race leader. Danny O'Neill in second. Jerry Brown holds on to third, but he's got Derek Brown right down on the bottom side. The 2 Browns going to be going at it. Wait a minute. Derek Brown, Jerry Brown, both last name Brown, both driving a white Superstock. Talk about interesting. Down the back stretch, Derek Brown going to have a spot into that number 3. Danny O'Neill trying to get around on the top side as you got a new race leader. The 53 of Danny O'Neill going to be cooking and booking on the top side of the speedway as he dances with the devil in the pale moonlight. Down the back stretch, he's going to go. Mark Davis still staying down to the bottom side. Derek Brown going to move up. Uh-oh, Brown, Jerry Brown off the power. Jerry Brown off the power. bringing out a yellow, the first yellow of this feature. I'm not a certified mechanic, but I've been around cars enough to know that is not good. Tough break for downtown Jerry Brown. Jerry, hop on while it's moving. They're just going to leave you. All right, here we go. 1 to go from the starter stand. Lights are off. Lights are off. We're going to be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. Danny O'Neill going to lead them on in out of 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Mark Davis got a good jump on that start as they're going to go down the back stretch and into turn 3 and 4. Derek Brown going to be sitting back there in third. Out of turn 4, Danny O'Neill going to hold on to the race lead. Derek Brown going to follow your leader around the top side of the speedway as they're going to be almost 3 wide as they come out of 2 down the back stretch. Derek Brown going to try to squeeze around. O'Neill starting to open up the gap. As Derek Brown going to be up into that number 2 spot. Mark Davis going to be sitting there in third. But right now, the leader going to be the 53 of Danny O'Neill. But Derek Brown's coming to call on the bottom side of the speedway as they come out of turn number 4. You got a new race leader, the 11 of Derek Brown. Good run off of 2 down the back stretch for the 53 of Danny O'Neill. Coming out of turn number 4. Oh, nose to nose. Too hard to call there. As Derek O'Neill got a good, or Derek Brown got a good kneel over O'Neill out of 2. Coming out of turn 4. Derek Brown opened it up to about a car and a half lead. Down the back stretch, your race leader, the 11 of Derek Brown, is going to lead them out of turn number 4. Going to see 2 laps this time by. Danny O'Neill going to be sitting in third. Mark Davis. Danny O'Neill sitting in second. Mark Davis sitting in third. As we come out of turn number 4, we're going to see the white flag. Checkers are record. For the final time, down on the 1 and 2 goes the 11 of Derek Brown. Mark Davis the back bumper. Out of turn number 4, we're going to see the checkered flag, the 11 of Derek Brown. Danny O'Neill second. and Mark Davis third. So down there in Lazy Lee's one stop number 4, Victory Lane. Going to be our first feature winner of the night here at the 2nd annual Bill Ragland Memorial. Make some noise for your Superstock feature winner, the 11, Derek Brown. So as we lay the moisture down on the track, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the Pace limo come back out again. Hey everybody, it's the Popo, be cool. He has no idea where I'm at either. That's what makes it great. Turn around. Look up. Hey, how are you? But coming out onto the track, we're going to have our official Pace limo for the night. It's going to be the I Love Hot Moms limo. As you can see it right there pulling out on the top of turn 3, and it's going to be followed in by our Power Eye B-Mod feature event. And here's how the lineup's going to go on the pole. Going to be the 5 of Robert White. And to his outside, going to be the 30 of Rex Harris. Row number 2, going to be the 65 of Chris Jackson, and to his outside, the 86 of Jeff Albright. Row number 3, going to be the 51 of Michael Stake, and the 55G of Luke Gideon. Row 4, you got the 16M of the Batman, Brian Myers, and to his outside, the 2 of Eric Graves. Row number 5 going to be the 55K of Terry Kirk and the 55 of Kyle Lafferty. Row 6 on the inside, the 77 of Jeremy Hazel, and to his outside, the 14C of Cody Crabtree. Row 7 going to be the 5C of Brian Cook and the 07 of Jordan Goddard. Row 8, the 68 of Donnie Betts to the inside, and the 49 of Mason Roden. And our 9th and final row going to be the 343 of Joshua Gerber. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Modifieds at Midway. Now we're going to rock and roll down to the 1 and 2. Robert White kind of got bobbled back. Jackson. Oh, Gideon's off the power. They're going to be 3 wide. Multiple rows back here. Oh, Jackson goes around down to the bottom. We got one into the wall. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Chris Jackson down at the bottom of 3 and 4, and somebody's up on the top side of 3, making out with the wall. We're going to snug them up like a bug in a rug. Into 3, out of turn 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, a little bit of contact back here at the back part of the field. Oh, more contact. Good Lord. Lots of contact. Oh my gosh. Yellow, 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 yellow. Mason Roden, Chris Jackson, Donnie Betts, Cook, they were all getting together. All right, lights are off. We're going to try this one more time. 3rd time's the charm, right? Oh! Green flag out of turn 4. Oh, Betts and Cook still getting together. As Chris Jackson going to make quick work of them. They're still playing bumper cars back here at the back part of the field. Jackson, man on the move. As we're going to go down through 3 and 4, everybody going to be clean and clear. Robert White going to have the race lead. Oh, Brian Myers up and no, wait a minute. Yellow, 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 yellow. So we got Brian Myers and it looks like Eric Graves tied up together. Donnie Betts down here. I don't know what happened there. Kyle Lafferty took a shortcut through. Here we go, single file restart. Robert White going to be your race leader. 1 to go from the starter stand. We're going to shut the lights off. White, Harris, Stake, Albright, and Gideon top 5. Kirk, Hazel, Jackson, Crabtree, Cook, you top 10. Goddard, Lafferty, Gerber, Betts, and Myers rounds out the rest of the field. Down into turn number 3 with our race leader out of 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Now we're going to go down to the 1 and 2 single file style. Everybody's going to make it through clean and clear as we're going to go down the back stretch and into 3. Chris Jackson going to be the man on the move as he's trying to hustle and bustle back to the front of the field. Right now, Robert White going to be your race leader. Rex Harris, Michael Stake about to be battling out for that number 2 and 3 spot. Luke Gideon, Jeff Albright going at it. Uh-oh, Brian Cook's got issues as he kind of was off the power coming out of turn 2. Going to let Cody Crabtree come around. As Jeremy Hazel going to hold on to his position here. It is White, Harris, Stake, Albright, and Gideon still your top 5. Kirk and Jackson are going to be 6 and 7. Hazel, Crabtree, and Cook going to be your top 10. As Jackson had a little bit of trouble there at the start of the race, had to go tailback. Now he's on the attack, on the hunt, and on the prowl as he's going to be trying to get around the 55 of Terry Kirk. Right now, your race leader, the man with the plan, going to be the 5 of Robert White. Oh, Myers trying to slice and dice coming up as he just made a charging move in front of the 07 of Jordan Goddard. Uh-oh, Gerber goes around coming out of turn 4, making it caution number 28 of the night. Caution number 28 of the night. Hazel, Cook, and Crabtree round out your top 10 out of turn number 4. Green flags up and out and in the air. Five down, 10 to go. Jackson trying to get something moving around the top side of the speedway as they're going to go down the back stretch and into turn 3. Robert White, your race leader, going to come out of turn 4. Look at this. Kirk up and around Gideon. Now Jackson's around Gideon. Jackson up into the number 6 spot. Kirk up into the top 5 as they're going to go down out of 2 down the back stretch. It is still Robert White, your race leader. Rex Harris, Michael Stake, Jeff Albright. Your top 4. Terry Kirk going to be sitting in 5th, but look at this. Jackson trying to get something moving up on the top side. Not going to get it to stick. As Jackson just trying to beg to get down to that bottom side of the speedway where he's comfortable. Brian Myers getting held up by Crabtree and Cook. Out front, it is still Robert White, your race leader. Jackson now up into the top 5 by a hair of a nose. Now he's trying to get up and around the 86 there of Jeff Albright. As Jackson's finally found some room. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow is out for the 68 of Donnie Betts. Donnie Betts taking a trip on the tilt-a-whirl, coming out of tricky turn 2. 9 laps down, 6 to go for your POWRi B-Mod. All right, we're going to do the single file restart again. That's about the only way we can get these guys rolling around this speedway. Robert White going to lead them on down into turn number 3. Out of 4, green flag, 6 laps to go. Rex Harris going to go to the back bumper, but Robert White down the back stretch and into 3. Albright to the back bumper of Stake. Kirk to the back bumper of Albright. Jackson going to take the road less traveled as he's going to be up into the top 5. Jackson found something on the middle line of the speedway. Albright not going to give it up. We're going to go down into 3 and 4. Robert White, still your race leader. And Jackson nose to nose with Albright across the line. Look at this. Jackson's got the run into number 4 spot. Now he's going to try to pick off the 51 of Michael Stake. As we got a little bit of snakes and sparklers going down the back stretch. Robert White still your leader. Rex Harris, Michael Stake, Chris Jackson, Jeff Albright, your top 5. As we're single file through the entire field. Brian Cook trying to hold on as the 16M of Brian Myers right there. The 2 Brian's going to battle it out. Chris Jackson in the 3rd. Now he's got to run down your race leaders. Coming out of turn number 4. Going to see the white, yellow, yellow, yellow. Going to see the yellow. The 14C of Cody Crabtree going to bring out another caution. Caution number 30 of the night. Caution number 30 of the night for the 14C of Cody Crabtree. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. Robert White going to lead them on down the back stretch and into turn 3 out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Chris Jackson going to give her all she's got to try to take home a win tonight in the new car. Down the back stretch, they're going to go into 3. Robert White down on the bottom side, out of turn number 4. Going to see the doctor's jacket. It's make it or break it. Rex Harris going to hold on to that number 2 spot over the 65 of Chris Jackson. As we're going to go down through 1 and 2. Coming out of turn number 4. Going to see the checkered flag for the 5 of Robert White. Rex Harris, Chris Jackson, your top 3. Ladies and gentlemen, down there in Lazy Lee's one stop number 4 victory lane. Make some noise for the 5 of Robert White. Up next, going to be your Power Eye Pure Stock Pandemonium race. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just give it time. We got our official pace car of the night, the I Love Hot Moms limo. And here's how the lineup's going to go. On the pole, going to be the 14 of Derek Davis. And to his outside, the 21M of Peyton McDowell. Row number 2 going to be the 24 of Trevor Ellingson and the 23 of Mark Simon. Row 3 on the inside going to be the 32 of Richard Adams and the 174 of Derek Lampy on the outside. Row number 4 going to be the 21 of Carson Groniger and to his outside, the 25 of Aaron Ricks. Row 5 going to be the 19 of Trenton Houston and to his outside, the 0 of James Reedus. Row number 6 going to be the N42 of Chad Nivens and his outside, the 9 of Mike Percy. Row 7 going to be the 4G of Shane Headley and the 71 of Chris Tonoli. Row number 8, you got the 5 of Justin McDowell and the 18 of Dalton Bell. And your 9th and final row going to be the 12 of Greg Dykstra. All right, race fans, here we go. Never mind, just kidding. I was excited. So we're getting word that we have a car. So I believe we have a slight issue, but nothing. So we thought we had a car leaking fluid out on the track. Here's the Nada. Derek Davis, Peyton McDowell on the front row. Trevor Ellingson, Mark Simon going to be row number 2. Richard Adams, Derek Lampy, row number 3. That's your top 6, ladies and gentlemen, followed in by Carson Groniger, Aaron Ricks, Trenton Houston, and James Reed is going to be your top 10. Lights are off. We're going to get the one to go from the starter stand. Good to see all the cars that had issues in the heat races able to make it back out here. 15 laps the distance with 17 cars. So down the back stretch, we're going to go fill the work on into turn number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Pure Stock Pandemonium. Down on the 1 and 2, we're going to rock and roll as everybody's going to make it through clean and clear down the back stretch and into 3. Peyton McDowell is going to lead the field on in. Here comes the 23 of Mark Simon. He's going to be followed by the 174 of Derek Lampy. Canoli up on the top shelf trying to cook and book down around the speedway. 4 cars battling for that number 2 spot. 3, almost 4 wide down the back stretch here in the mid-pack. As they come out of turn number 4 with your race leader, the 21M of Peyton McDowell, Mark Simon, Derek Davis, your top 3, Derek Lampy, Trevor Ellingson, going to be your top 5. Carson Groniger going to be sitting out there in 6th. James Reed is now to the bottom side of Groniger, trying to get around. Here comes Tonoli. Tonoli's found something on the top shelf as he is a man on a mission, driving it like he stole it. Tonoli up into the number 6 spot. Mark Simon down to the bottom side of McDowell. And the race for the lead is on. As we're going to come out of turn number 4, it is still going to be McDowell, Simon, Davis, Lampy, Ellingson. Mark Simon's got a good run out of 2 down the back stretch. If he's going to have to get on the brake a little harder down on the bottom side of the speedway. And it is still McDowell. Uh-oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Caution number 31 of the night, ladies and gentlemen, as that looks like the 18 of Dalton Bell. And they are calling for the tow truck. Not sure what happened. Green flag going to be in the air as we're going to be flying down the front stretch and into 1 and 2. Oh, Mark Simon got a little sideways. Lampy goes up the hill. He'll get saved by the 24 of Ellingson. As we're going to go down the back stretch and into 3, the 21M of Peyton McDowell, still your race leader, coming out of turn number 4. Mark Simon trying to find a line down around the bottom side in front of McDowell. Oh, look out, Lampy and Davis almost got together. Kristen only going to make it a 3-car battle for that number 4 spot. As Ellingson, Lampy still door to door. Mark Simon still all over the back bumper there of Peyton McDowell. Derek Davis holds on to 3rd. Derek Lampy and Trevor Ellingson still going at it, duking it out like 2 prize fighters. Carson Groniger up into 5th, holding his own against the 71 of Chris. Oh, Tonoli kind of kisses the front stretch wall. James Reed is going to be up there now to the bottom side of Tonoli. As Simon going to swap it up, we're going to go to the top side of the speedway out of turn 4. You got a new race leader. The 23 of Mark Simon. Mark Simon's going to go back to the bottom side of the speedway, play some defense here. And Derek Davis is going to be sitting in 3rd. Derek Lampy, Trevor Ellingson, Carson Groniger in 5th. Tonoli 6th, Reed is 7th. Trenton Houston going to be there in the mix as well. Now McDowell going to go top side, try to get that line. Yellow, 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 yellow. Another caution coming out for the 4G of Shane Headley over here as he's facing the wrong direction in turn 2. Ten down, 5 to go. Delaware double file restart. Mark Simon going to be out front. Peyton McDowell going to switch it up and go to the top shelf. Going to put Derek Davis in the 14 down. Derek Lampy, Trevor Ellingson going to be your top 5 as we got 5 laps remaining. Into 3, out of turn 4. Oh, contact with your race leader. As we're going to stay clean and green. Three wide back here in the mid-pack is Trenton Houston on a rail, trying to get up and around, up into the top spots as it is still Mark Simon. Oh, Shane Headley again in the 4G, but he's going to spin it around like a madman and park it. So that is 2 cautions brought on by the 4G. So he will go pit side due to the rules. So Shane Headley's going pit side. His night is done. Tough break for him. So as we get these guys lined back up in the correct order, Simon says, you go behind 0. Hey, Simon says, you go behind 0. Okay, it's a childhood game. We've all played it. I had to. His real name, his name's Simon, so I had to. It's fun. So we got them stacked back up in the correct order. Mark Simon's your race leader. Peyton McDowell, second. Derek Davis, Trevor Ellingson, James Reedus, Derek Lampy, Trenton Houston, Chris Tenoli, Carson Groniger, Richard Adams, Chad Nivens, Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra, Aaron Ricks, Mike Piercy. That is how the field is lined out. As we feel the work on down into turn 3, coming out of turn number 4, green flag going to be in the air. Down at a 1 and 2, we're going to hustle on in. Oh, Lampy goes around. And he's going to Simon. Here we go. We're still clean and green as Mark Simon's your race leader. Peyton McDowell trying to get up on the top side of the speedway. And Derek Lampy's going to stop right there on the track. Lights are off. We're going to try it again. Mark Simon's going to lead them on down into turn 3. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, look at this. Trevor Ellingson going to hold on to that number 3 spot as they're going to be 3 wide for third. 2 laps remaining for the 23 of Mark Simon. Down the back stretch, we're going to go. It's still a 4-5 car battle. Oh, look out. Trenton Houston got pushed up top. White flag wanting to go. Down out of 2, down the back stretch. They're going to go for the final time in this heat race. Mark Simon leads them in, coming out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. The 23 of Mark Simon, Peyton McDowell, Trevor Ellingson, 1, 2, and 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, down there in Lazy Lee's one stop number 4 victory lane, you're going to have to make some noise for your pet, your Power Eye Pure Stock Pandemonium feature winner as he climbs out of that hot rod. Make some noise for the 23 of Big Daddy Mark Simon. We're going to bring all the cars out onto the track. "30 laps going to be the distance. We have a little special treat in store for you folks. So as we roll in the moisture, set down by track owner Clint Gann. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one of the greatest spectacles in all of dirt track racing. The best Midwest mod drivers in the land are going to go 4 wide. We're going to leave the pole position open in honor of Bill Ragland. So in honor of him, we're going to leave it open. We got fireworks. We got modifieds. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the best Midwest mountain drivers in the area is going to go 4 wide to salute you and thank you for your attendance this evening. So if you could please stand and make enough noise for the drivers to hear you over the rumble of their engines. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are off. 30 laps the distance. As we're going to be green flag out of turn number 4, and we're going to turn these fire-breathing dragons loose for 30 laps. Newell, Cudunston on the front row. Simon Wynn, row number 2. Out of turn 4, it's showtime. Everybody's going to be through 1 and 2 clean and clear. We're going to be down the back stretch and into 3 and 4. Lap 1 going to Tyler Cudunston. Look out, Brookshire's around. Yellow, 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 yellow. So the double OT of Trenton Brookshire are going to bring it around, bringing out the first caution of this race. The 35th caution of the night. Here's how it's lined up. Tyler Cudunston on that pole. J.C. Newell, Trent Wynn, 1, 2, and 3. Mark Simon, Zach Willis. Going to be your top 5. Pete Richardson, Derek Cook. Going to be 6 and 7. Oakley, Ragland, Ian Morissette, 8 and 9. Out of turn 4. Green flag. Going to be back in the air. 1 down. 29 circuits remaining. Down down through 1 and 2. Everybody's going to make it out clean and clear. Down to 3, our leaders go. Out of turn number 4, lap 2 goes. Oh, look out. Geller went around. Williams straightened him up. And Williams is missing half of his car. Are you trying to be like Ryan Smythe, aren't you? And Roberts goes around. And yellow, 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 yellow. All right, here we go. Single file restart. No pass until the green flag comes out. Out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Yellow, 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 yellow. Back it down, gentlemen. Back it down. Race fans, we got them all lined back up in the correct starting positions. Tyler Cadunston going to be row number 1 by himself. JC Newell, Trent Wynn, Mark Simon, Pete Richardson up into the top 5. Look at this. Oakley Ragland going to be sitting in that number 6 spot. Zach Willis, Derek Cook, Ian Morissette, Dayton Newell, Adriel Shepard, Terry Williams, Darren Berg, Shannon Geller, Brayton Connor, Matt Brookshire, Wesley Briggs, Trenton Brookshire, Dalton Roberts, and Ryan Smythe with his half a car. Into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be back in the air. $1,515 on the line. These drivers are hungry as they're going to go down the back stretch. Oh, look out. Wesley Briggs goes around. Dalton Roberts, Trenton Brookshire capitalizes and collects them. Lights are off. Single file restart again. Tyler Cadunston, your leader. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, Trent Wynn up underneath the backside of Newell. Now Simon's going to capitalize as Simon's going to be down to the bottom side of Trent Wynn. Simon going to slide it up. It is all the 8K right now. Simon into 3rd. Trent Wynn's going to go back down to the bottom side trying to push his way up into 3rd. Out of turn 4, Tyler Cadunston, your race leader. JC Newell 2nd, Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, Pete Richardson, your top 5. Oakley Ragland all over the back bumper of Richardson. As we're going to come out of turn number 4, we are single file, 1st through 8th. Dayton Newell, Ian Morissette battle around for 9th and 10th. Now Simon down underneath Newell. As Simon going to slide into that number 2 spot. He's going to try to double up and get 2 feature wins in one night. Or does the 8K have too big a lead? Trent Wynn now trying to get around down to the bottom side to get around JC Newell. Pete Richardson going to be there as well. Great racing all the way around the track because you got lap traffic about to become an issue, or well, a lap car about to become an issue. The 83 of Ryan Smythe, he had a rough B feature, but he secured his spot into tonight's main event. And we're going to come out of turn number 4. Your leader, the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Mark Simon slowly. Oh, Smythe spins. Yellow, 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 yellow. But like I said earlier, he had a rough B feature, but he still secured that spot in tonight's main event. Single file restart. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be green flag with 20 more laps to go. Tyler Knudsen on the front row. Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, your top 3. JC Newell, Pete Richardson, top 5. Ragland, Cook, Willis, Newell, and Williams round out your top 10 as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, Simon. Oh, look out. Dalton Roberts goes around. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Here we go, 1 to go from the starter stand. We got 10 laps down, 20 laps to go. Lights are off. Can Tyler Knudsen hold on for 20 more laps, or will Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, JC Newell, Pete Richardson, or Oakley Ragland squeeze up in there and take away the win? Green flag going to be in the air. As we're going to... Whoa, we got a parking lot. We got a parking lot down here coming out of turn number 4. All right, now that we got the parking lot cleared out, we're going to single them up bumper to bumper. Tyler Knudsen on the front row. Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, JC Newell, Pete Richardson, your top 5. Oakley Ragland, Derek Cook, Braden Connor, Matt Brookshire, and Adriel Shepard, your top 10. Darren Burt, Wesley Briggs, Trenton Brookshire, Dayton Newell, Zach Willis, Shannon Geller, and bringing up the rear, Ryan Never Quit Smythe. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. Single file restart, 20 laps remaining. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. All right, we're going to be down the front stretch, clean and clear. They're going to come through 1 and 2. Everybody clean and clear as we come out of turn number 4. We got 11 down. Pete Richardson now down to the bottom side of JC Newell. Your top 3 are going to be single file. Richardson gets up in front of Newell. Oakley Ragland going to try to follow Pete Richardson around the track. Derek Cook. Geller down into the infield. As we come out of turn 4 with your race leader, the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Mark Simon's right there. Trent Wynn, Richardson, Newell, Ragland, Cook, Connor, Brookshire. 3 wide back here in the middle of the back of the pack. As they're 3 wide through 1 and 2 at the end of the pack here. Tyler Knudsen trying to take home that $1,500 payday. They're going to come out of turn number 4. You're going to be 15 down, 15 to go, halfway home, as Darren Burt pulls down into the infield. Darren Burt off the power in the infield. Out of turn 4, Tyler Knudsen, your race leader. Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, Richardson. Newell holds on to fifth, but Ragland's all over the back bumper. Derek Cook, oh my goodness, Derek Cook brought it up on two wheels. Matt Brookshire, Brayton Connor. Dayton Newell stuck back there trying to find a line to get around the 55, Adriel Shepard. As we got green flag racing now. Mark Simon unable to find some running room here as Tyler Caduceus got it set on kill. He's on cruise control. Trent Wynn holds on to third. Pete Richardson fourth. Right now Newell's holding on to that number 5 spot. But he's got Oakley Ragland right there in 6th. And then you got a cluster of them. Newell, Brookshire finally to get around the 55 of Adriel Shepard. Bumper, then he kind of bobbled coming out of turn 2. Lap traffic is about to become an issue as you've got 4 cars about to have company as Tyler Caduceus, Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, Richardson, they're coming to call. Adriel Shepard's going to be the first one they get to as they're going to come out of turn number 4. Adriel Shepard down to the bottom side of the speedway. Caduceus going to be down there as well. Shepard going to slide it up. Caduceus try to capitalize and get down around the bottom. Oakley Ragland back here in 6th, still trying to get up and around the 83 of J.C. Newell. Mark Simons closed the gap on your race leader. Come out of turn 4. Trenton Brookshire going to be the next lap car they see, and he's running almost the exact same line as your leader. Now Christian, I keep messing up on his name because of the car. Trent Wynn was to the back bumper there of Mark Simon. And we're going to come out of turn 4. It is still all the 8K been in charge since the drop of green and hasn't looked back. They're going to go. Mark Simon still sitting in 2nd. Tyler Caduceus in 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, as they come out of turn 4, you're going to see 2 to go. 2 more trips around for the 2nd annual Bill Ragland Memorial. $1,500. Mark Simon's got to run down the back stretch. They're going to be door to door going into 3 and 4. Now to turn number 4 is checkers or wreckers time. Mark Simon to the race lead. Mark Simon waited patiently. Now to turn 2 down the back stretch. Simon's going to get a big run. Caduceus going to be blocked by Newell coming out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. The 23 of Mark Simon. Tyler Caduceus, Trent Wynn, your race leader. All right, ladies and gentlemen, down there in Lazy Lee's one-stop number 4, victory lane for the second time tonight, Big Daddy Mark Simon.